Are you able to hear me?
Hi Venkat, good morning. Yes,
Have a good one.
Okay, so we have a very less count today, but let's move on. Okay, yeah. So let's start with yesterday's exercise. So, anybody get a chance to complete that exercise, which we have discussed yesterday? Jilan?
Yes, Venkat, I tried.
Yeah, you tried. I mean, you got the answer, or
Uh, I stuck somewhere.
okay?
Let me explain also.
Yeah, yeah. Please share your screen and explain.
Uh, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh, find out the question is find out the longest sequence from the input list.
Yes.
The input list is taken L1 equal to this one.
Hmm.
Uh, by using sort method,
Hmm.
uh, uh, sort method is use the sort elements
Hmm.
and return in a order. See,
Okay. Fine. L1 dot sort. Okay, I got it.
uh,
You sorted all the elements first. Okay.
yes, I sorted the all elements, and
Okay.
next one I taken for removing the duplicates.
Uh,
I use the dict keys,
okay.
and it will remove the duplicates from the list.
Okay. So here one small question,
Okay.
Bablu. So
Uh,
you used a list of dict dot from keys of L1. So why you made it so complex to remove the duplicates? Why can't you use set of list that will solve, that will eliminate the duplicates? Very simple,
yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so okay, fine. The next step one, you sorted the list. Step two, you eliminated the duplicates.
Eliminated duplicates.
Okay, then
After this,
that's after that you were not able to find how to do it, or
yeah, yeah. After that, I tried this one. Wait, I'll show you this one
yeah,
also.
okay, okay. So length of L1. Okay, okay, okay,
I tried this way.
okay, okay.
After this, eliminating the duplicates,
Hmm.
we can able to see which is the longest sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
In that, I find I tried in length method.
Okay.
Uh, this one I'll print. 1 second.
Indentation. Can you just make proper indentation?
Okay. Uh,
Okay.
but
So.
the longest sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mhm.
But
See, by
in
looking at it, you're able to see, but you should not do this way, Bablu.
okay, okay.
So, because you don't know this is the list that I have given, and you are able to see that
Longest
uh,
sequence.
longest sequence. So that's why you sliced that list with the
Yeah,
index
yeah.
position. So actually, this is not the right way to do it. Okay,
Okay.
we will discuss it later. But this is not the right way. So because in interviews, when people ask you this question, you should always see it in a automated fashion. What if you don't know the list at all, right? Then you need to think of that logic. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Very good, Bablu. Good try. Okay, let's
But
wait
I
for.
tried
Yeah,
in the question, we need the longest sequence. So that's why I tried in this way.
yeah, that is okay. See,
Okay.
for you, you were able to
Yes.
see that longest sequence, so you
Yeah, yeah.
sliced that list.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
partially it is also correct, but in real time, it is not the way to do it, because you don't know that seven number always. L1 of colon 7 you have given, right? That
Yes, yes.
seven number, right now you are seeing the list so that you know.
Yes, yes.
But in real time you won't be able to see the list. What if you have 1 million records in that?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so this is partially to understand slicing as okay. Somehow we can accept, but in real time we should not do this. Definitely, we'll discuss the solution. Let's hear from a few other people how they
Okay.
did it. Okay, then
Okay.
then we will come back. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. We'll go to the next person. Anusha, did you get a chance to solve the yesterday's exercise?
Yeah, Venkat. Actually, I have done the same way, but later I have taken help from internet. So
Okay,
I have done this way.
okay.
Okay, share my screen.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, is it visible now?
Yes, Anusha, we are able to see your screen.
Okay. So initially, we have this input. Okay,
Okay,
the
okay.
list. So then I have sorted that list. First of all, I have converted this list into set to
Yes,
remove
yes.
the duplicates, and then I have sorted this list.
Okay.
So, and next I have taken some temporary values like output temp
Okay.
to store that list. So,
Okay.
first I have taken j equals to minus 1. I have,
Mm-hmm.
and here I have done iteration. Like for I in the list, like 1.
Mm-hmm.
In this way, I have
Okay.
done if I minus j. If j is actually minus 1, right? So, 1 minus of minus 1 is equals to 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it will not enter to this temp dot append j. So it will enter to else.
Okay.
So in this way I have done. So for the
Mm.
final output I have done this like okay.
Okay.
So actually this is the list.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got this list, and after that I have done that maximum longest sequence.
Mm.
So for
Okay.
that one, I have taken.
Mm.
This is for. I have taken these things. Answer equals to list and empty list, and k equals to 0 for temporary.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. For I in output, this is the output I have taken. So
Mm-hmm.
if I of length of I means the length of first one is 1, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
1 is greater than 0.
yes.
So then it will be the one will be into this answer set, sorry,
Mm.
list.
Mm-hmm.
So in this way I have done these things. So
Mm-hmm.
at last the answer list will get like 1 comma 7 comma 4 comma 3. So from this I have taken the maximum of all these list values will be stored in this answer list, right? So
Okay.
from
So
this,
you're trying to identify seven.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
Like the length of the first one is will be entered into this answer list. Okay.
Okay, so now see, let us take an example. You iterated for I in output. You got -1 first. Okay,
No, no,
if
no. The length of the minus one, right? So
yes, length of the -1. That's what I'm saying. So length of the -1 will be 1, right?
yeah,
Okay, so length of -1 greater than k, At this
Yeah.
moment, okay, it satisfies the condition 1 greater than
Yes.
0.
Mm.
Then it will go k equals to 1. It will assign.
Yeah.
Okay. K equals to 1. It will assign. And then ANS equals to I. What is this ANS? Okay. So
This one.
ANS. Okay. So, okay. Answer equals to I. I means what?
This
Well,
the
and
length.
oh, okay. Minus 1. I
Sorry.
means minus 1, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
They
Sorry.
Huh.
means first list
So it will append the
duplicate
list.
list, na.
Okay. That empty list will be, assigned with minus 1. Correct?
Hmm.
Okay. So length of second list will become 3, 3, 6 plus 1, 7. Okay. 7 greater than 1.
Hmm.
Okay. So it satisfies the condition. Then k equals to 7. And answer will be the list. This
Yes.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Yes.
7. Okay. Again, length of I. So 10, 11, 12, 13.
Hmm.
Again, it also satisfies the condition. Finally, your answer list will be 10, 11, 12, 13. And again, it will continuously overwrite, right? At the end, you will receive 15, 16, 17 there in
Hmm.
answer.
Yeah.
But the answer should be
Ah,
one.
no. The answer is 1 second.
Answer, you are appending
No,
it or overwriting it?
see, Venki,
Huh.
like here k equal to 7 in the second iteration, right?
K equals to 7.
After that,
It is length
next
of I one.
iteration, 4 will
Oh,
be the
oh,
length
it
of,
won't satisfy. It won't
yeah.
Hmm.
satisfy this condition. Okay, okay. I'm thinking k equals to 0. Okay, fine. Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, these as have taken reference from Google. Then I
Yeah, yeah.
put this
No
one.
problem. See, as long as you are able to understand the logic,
Yeah.
and see, one exercise you have taken help from the internet, that is absolutely fine. Okay, but starting from the next exercise, now you know. Okay, so this is the way how we need to think,
Yes.
right? So for the next exercise, I am expecting you to not to touch Google, and I am expecting you to completely use your own skill set so that it will increase your logical thinking capabilities. Okay.
Okay, Venki.
Yeah, fine. Thank you so much, Anusha, for explaining this. Really appreciate your dedication and efforts on it. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's jump into the other people who have solved it. Uh, Sai, do you wanna explain?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me share my
Oh, we
screen.
have Sai Teja and Sai. Okay, let's go with Sai Kumar.
Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
so this is
one
the
minute, 1 minute, Sai. So Anusha, let's see how Sai has solved it. I mean, how performant Sai's code is compared to your code. You have used couple of for loops, correct?
Yeah.
So can we do it in a single for loop so that which will increase your code performance? Just check it out. Just check the size solution here. Okay.
Okay, Venki.
Okay. So try to learn. Though we have done a good job. If something is better than that, definitely we need to learn it. Okay. So build
Yes.
build that kind of mindset. Okay. Let's go, Sai.
yeah. So this is the list which I initialized
Yeah.
with this naming. So and I just try to change it into set to in order to remove the duplicates. And I
Okay.
used this sorted function to get it sorted. So
Okay.
with this sorted function, I'll get this in form of list. The
Okay.
output will return in the form of list.
Okay.
I just printed the. I mean, I just commented this what the output looks like.
Okay. Okay.
So these three attributes. The reason for initializing these attributes is because to make to track where exactly the sequence is getting started. If we are identifying a sequence and where exactly it's gonna end,
Mm-hmm.
and the count of the sequence. So for
Mm-hmm.
those things, we actually initialize these three attributes. I'll let you guys know once when this comes in picture. So I'm trying to iterate what this list. Okay. Uh, Actually, what I'm gonna try here is, so I'm gonna compare this second element with the previous element. Okay.
Yes, yes.
By if
Incrementing
this is
one.
in a sequence, this value is gonna match with this value by adding one,
Yes, yes.
right? So we'll try to do the same for all the things by.
That that is the logic here, guys. That is the core logic you need to come up with. Okay. So the first element in the list, when we iterate, if we take the second element, that element should be plus one of the first element. That is the core logic. You need to check current element and the next element. Take the next element, take the current element and add plus one, and compare with the second element. As and when the sequence is breaking, then that's where you need to append all the things to a new list and then find out the maximum. So that, I mean, finally, this is what I just want you guys to take it from this exercise. You need to think in a such a way that in a list, the first element, second element, third element, you have, it's a sorted list. So you need to think in such a way that, okay, so what is, how we can identify the consecutive sequence? First of all, what is the logic for it? So yesterday we have solved one problem statement, even numbers and odd numbers. What is the logic for even numbers? Element should be divided by 2 and the remainder should be 0. That is the logic for identifying even numbers. Similarly, you need to identify a logic to identify the consecutive sequence. So how to identify the consecutive sequence? One element to the next element should be plus one if it is sorted, right? That is the logic, core logic. Sorry, Sai, for disturbing.
Yeah,
Just to give a heads
yeah,
up to the team. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So based on this condition, we'll iterate for each element.
Hmm.
So here it where this will get break when this loop comes to this particular element, this will get break. So we are having, I think, sorry, here it where this loop will get break because the 5 is getting missed. So this condition doesn't satisfy, so
Hmm.
it will go to this else block. Okay. But
Hmm.
before going that, so what's happening here is, so the two equal to this element plus one or not, yeah, this condition is getting satisfied. So I'm trying to increment this count variable, okay, to make a track of where how the sequence is going, where exactly it's gonna break. So and also max count, the reason for taking max count is we need to know how long this sequence is getting. So whenever this loops get satisfied, we'll try to initialize whatever the count that we are getting. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Until this loops breaks, I mean until this condition breaks, we again initialize this count to one, and again the loop starts until it finds a sequence. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. So and this one, so by making use of this these three attributes, will actually create a string slice. Okay. Based on the start index and this max count. Based on this, we can actually create where exactly the sequence is, longest sequence is getting started and getting ended.
Okay.
In this scenario, it's gonna be
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
four.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah. This is the longest sequence. Let me try to run this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think consecutive sequence, we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, is it? Check if you commented out. Unique sorted list, longest
Sorry,
consecutive
first
sequence.
this is the
Declared a new
output.
list.
Sorry,
It
first
Yeah,
this is the
declared a new
output.
six,
list.
seven. Yeah.
Let me
In line number 57, he declared new list. No?
yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is the output.
So what you have given.
I didn't try to actually I commented it and I forgot to save the code.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is the output. So this is the original list that which we provided. This is the sorted one,
Mm-hmm.
wherein
Okay.
where we did this operation, and yeah, this is the longest sequence identified from that.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Sai. So if you can share that code snippet in the chat box.
Yeah,
Okay. So people will try to run it. Okay. They will try to understand whoever did not solved. Okay.
yeah.
Fine. So okay. Okay. So Sai, you want to go next?
Yeah, okay. Just let me know when you can able to see my screen.
Yes. Yes. We're able to see the
So
screen.
this is the list you have given.
Yes.
I applied a sort on that list.
Okay.
After that, I just converted that list into set and then again list I just converted so that
Okay.
we removed the duplicates
Mm-hmm.
and then I have so I just used one more variable to load this list into one more list
Mm-hmm.
and I have declared a couple of lists here
Mm-hmm.
for uh, final result, child list, final list, and child list, and list of list. List of list actually I have declared because of I want to see all the things like all the sequences. So this is how that will be in the final. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so I have iterated one for loop.
Mm-hmm.
I have started iterating it from one uh,
Mm-hmm.
because I have loaded the initial value into child list.
Okay.
So I just compared with the previous value. That's it. I
Okay.
made one. So I
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Got
compared
it.
with the previous value. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then if it matches, then I just loaded into the child list. So
Mm-hmm.
if it
Okay.
not matches, no, then I'm just checking the length of child list and length of final list. If that
Okay.
is greater than, then I'm just loading that child list value into final list. So
Okay.
this keep on replacing if the value of the sequence is more than the child
Hmm.
final list.
Okay.
Ultimately, we'll get the final list values in this
Mm-hmm.
final list.
Okay. 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 Fine. Great. See, just see this, guys. Every developer or every application developer or every data engineer does not think in a same way. So from this exercise, one thing that we can observe is logic. Writing of the logic can vary from different people, but the core goal is to achieve that requirement is something that we need. Okay. So first identify the a logic, core logic behind it, and put your own skill to solve it so that you will increase your logical thinking capabilities. Okay. So thank you so much, Sai, for explaining this to everyone. Okay. So I request everybody to take this. Sai, you also post this in the chat,
Okay.
so people will take it as a reference. Guys, try to compare Sai's approach, both Sai Tejas and Sai Kumar's approaches and Anusha approach. Understand how they have written and try to see the difference between these code snippets. Okay. Yeah. So thank you so much, guys, for putting the efforts in solving this. Um, let's jump into our today's session. So I think we have people join today. Okay, fine. So let me share my screen. Okay, I think we have Naveen Kumar today. So Naveen, uh, what's your plan on these sessions? You're planning to proceed, or your the demo sessions are completed last week, Naveen.
Okay.
So if you want to proceed, or if you want to take these complete tutorial sessions, uh, do you want me to consider you, or how are you planning?
Yeah, I'll discuss with Noor. Okay, I'll inform you.
Okay, okay, fine. So let's start our today's session. Are you able to see my screen, guys?
Yes, Venkat.
Yeah, fine. So today we will try to see. Okay. So yesterday we have discussed about for loop. What is the importance of for loop? How we apply it on top of list, set, tuple, and how we will implement, or how we will solve the logics or business problems with for loop. Right. So yesterday we have seen on top of the list. Today we will see how we can apply for loop on dictionaries. Okay, so dictionaries, we know dictionaries are also a data collection in Python, and dictionaries are built or meant for storing the key value pairs. Okay, so we know that. So now let us try to understand how we can implement a for loop on top of the dictionaries. Okay, so now I have a dict one variable wherein I have name as a key, and okay, so this is my dictionary wherein I have name key with Venkat, and age, qualification, and salary. So these are my keys and the respective values. So I've created this dictionary. Now, how I can actually iterate over dictionaries? How I can actually iterate over dictionaries? So usually the for loop with the dictionaries goes with key and value, meaning for k comma v in dict1 dot items, we know items method on top of the dictionary. We have seen that at this moment. I expect everybody knows items method. Okay, so it is as simple as that. When you want to iterate the dictionaries, you just go with the key value k comma v. Okay, see here, you can iterate your k comma key comma values. Okay, so I just want to update my salary. Okay, I just want to update my salary where salary is greater than 5,000. Okay, where the salary is greater than 5,000. So along with the for loop, yes, it is possible to implement your if condition as well. Okay, so dict one of k. Okay, 1 minute. So if I want to increment the salary, so I can just go on directly to that. It's not, there is nothing to do with the for loop. I can directly increase the salary if I want to directly increment it. So I can directly do that. It's okay. So the for loop is, here you have name, age, qualification, right? So let me try to put it in a list so that we can add it. So here if you see, I have collection of individual records. Okay, I have Mahesh and I have Suresh, okay, whose age is 16 or 26, and Suresh's age is 30. Remote string. Okay, the qualification is BTech for Mahesh, MTech for Suresh, and here the salary is 5,000. Then here 2,500. Okay, so assume you have a list of dictionaries. Okay, you have a list of dictionaries, and you want to update the salary of an employee whose salary is below 5,000 and whose name is Mahesh. So for that employee, you want to double the salary. Okay, so for that employee, you want to double the salary. So for k comma v in dict dot items. So before that, what you need to do, you need to iterate your first collection emp underscore detail. Okay, so for I in emp underscore detail. Okay, now I got each element. Then each and every element in the list is of dictionary type. Okay, now how to iterate the dictionary for k comma v in I dot items. Okay, see this, guys. So for I in emp underscore detail, and again each element is of k comma v in I dot items. Correct. So in that case, what do we need to? So we need index also here. So that is why I will go with range of length of emp underscore detail. Okay, see here guys how we are going. So we are going and iterating the indexes, and then I of emp detail of I dot items. Okay, so now I have k comma v. Then if k equals to Venkat, and see guys, and so this and condition, uh, I'll discuss this conditions when we were at oops concepts, but here if you see, and is a condition. We have read these conditions in our mathematics, right? Or means what? If any one of the conditions satisfies, or will will be the true. And is what? For and both conditions should be satisfied. Okay, so here if you see, I'm giving two conditions in the if. Okay, so if k equals to Venkat, and salary or value v k equals to Venkat, and sorry, okay, so I'm entering into the next loop. So once I have this, then what we need to do? So now I got the first element. Okay, so now let's see what I will get here. Print k comma v. Okay, here if you say I didn't get anything, but why we did not get anything? Let's print k comma v here. What are the things that we are getting? Okay, we are getting everything, right? So name Venkat, age 25. Okay, so in that case I'll only iterate this one. If k equals to Venkat, okay, so here if you see, we are not iterating the indexes. So for k in emp detail dot items, so let's print k. So let's run this. So your k is giving this name Venkat, age 25, qualification MTech, and salary 10,000. So here if you see, your salary should be incremented for the employee whose salary is below 5,000. That's what the requirement is. So now let us see how we can actually do this. So, okay, so we have this name Venkat and name Mahesh, name Suresh. I am iterating this. Okay, let us see what we'll get. Okay, got it. K of 0 K of 0 equals to salary. So then K of 1 is less than 5,000, less than or equals to 5,000. So in that case, what we need to do is EMP detail of I equals to, so here what you're trying to do, you're trying to update this EMP detailed of I equals to, so here if you see, we have just doubled our this thing. Okay, so something like this will work. Let's see whether we have got the required thing or not. Yes, I think it got updated. See this, guys. So I mean, it is up to you guys how best you can write. But end of the day, you need to think of a logic which will satisfy the requirement. So the requirement that we have taken here is to whoever the salary, I mean the salary is less than 5,000, then we have to double that salary. Okay, and you can add name conditions also here. Okay, you can add your name conditions, name equals to Mahesh, or age greater than 20, all that conditions also here, and you can solve the use case. Okay, so this is how you will iterate your dictionaries. Okay, so now let us understand how to work with the files, guys. So I think you can actually go ahead and practice more examples on top of the dictionaries. So there is other way also to iterate the dictionary. So you can extract the keys. So here if you see, I have this dictionary. Let me give you one more way so that, okay, so keys equals to emp underscore detail dot keys. Okay, so if you want to iterate only keys, for I in keys, okay, so print of emp underscore detail of k or I. Okay, so when you do this, what will happen? See this. So what we are doing here, on the dictionary you are applying a method called keys. Okay, on the dictionary we are applying a method called keys, and that method will return list of keys in the dictionary. Okay, so name, age, qualification, salary. So when you print your keys, okay, when you print your keys, it will return your name, age, qualification, salary. So these are the keys that we have in the list. Then I'm at iterating over that keys using the for loop, and I'm fetching the all the values to the respective to the key. Okay, so you can do whatever operations you want by using that key and value. You can actually do that. Okay, so now I need all the values into the list. Okay, so you have this for values for v in emp underscore detail values. So there is a method called values also on top of the dictionaries. Okay, so print v. See this. So you can iterate your keys alone. You can iterate your values alone. You can iterate k comma v together. Three ways of iterating your dictionaries with for loops. One is iterating over keys. Okay, and second one is iterating over values, and the third one is iterating key comma value on top of the dictionary. Okay, so any questions here, guys? Any questions or queries?
No.
Okay, so I want you to go and practice more examples on top of this, dictionary-based iteration, or else, for that matter, list-based iteration, or any loops along with the data collection. I want you guys to go and practice more and more examples so that you will get more understanding on this data collection along with looping. Okay. So that's all about the loops, guys. So control flow statements we have discussed, and we have discussed while loop on top of the data collections. We have discussed for loop on top of the data collections. Okay. So that's all I have about the loops. Let's move on to the next concept in our sessions. So file operations. So this file based operations are very, very important in Python. So basically Python will give you very simple way of handling files. When I say handling files, that means reading a file, writing to a file, and appending to a file, creating a file, all these operations. Okay. Now you have written a Python program, and that program is resulting content, and that data collection, it may be a list or dictionary or set or whatever it may be, you want to write it into a file. Okay, end of the day, your users do not come to your code and see the output, right? So you have to deliver your program results in some form to your users. Okay, majority of the times it may be a table, and or it may be a file. Okay, majority of the times it may be a table or it may be a file, so that your downstream users or your business users will connect to that table or that file and see for their required output. Okay, so that is how in real time projects you will generate files. Okay, so the reason for handling file based operations is, at some points or in some scenarios, you may be asked to write a CSV file in the location, in the given location, with all the requirements satisfied. So in that situations, you should be able to know how we can actually work with files in Python, right? So let us try to understand a little bit deeper into it. Okay, Python will give you inbuilt functionalities to read and write to files. Okay, and it has given four different modes of reading the file. Be very, very clear. Okay, so it is not actually reading the file. It is opening the file. Okay, Python will give you a object, file object first, which will open the file. Okay, in these four modes. Okay, so four modes you have to open the file. Be very, very clear. So when you open a file, you can open a file in Python with read mode. Okay, and you can open a file with write mode. Okay, and you can open a file with append mode, and you can open a file with both read and write modes. Okay, so these are the four different modes. So maybe you'll feel confusing, but let's go to the practical session so that you'll try to understand. Okay, so what are these modes and how they are affecting our requirements, right? So let us see here. Here, if you see, I have sample data.txt in my directory, the same de directory I'm here. Okay, see, I have this file. Hello Python. My name is Venkat. So this is the content that I have in my file. Okay. So now see this. You have this sample data out. Okay. So this is not. Okay. Where's the file operations? Yeah, here. So you have a string variable that is there in your program, and you simply want to append, or you simply want to add that to the you simply want to add that to the file. Okay, you simply want to add that to the file. So that means you want to append that to the file. So first we will go with normal modes. Okay, so let's see. First we will go with read mode. Okay, so this is the open keyword that we need to use when we are opening a file. Okay, so the first parameter would be the file name, and the second parameter would be the read mode. Okay, in which mode you want to read that file? Is it R? Is it W? Is it A? Or is it R plus? So we have different modes, four different modes: R, W, A, R plus. Correct? So in which mode you want to read that file? Okay. So now I want to read in R mode. Okay, in R mode. So the first we will see R mode. Now once you written this open of file name with R mode, then the open, see here, this is the functionality of your open. Okay. So finally what it will return is, it will return a file object. So it opened that file and it created an object to that file now. Okay. Whatever you want to do, you want to operate on this file object. Okay. So this is a way of creating a channel to a file. Okay. So between the developer and the file, a client needs to be established, or a channel needs to be created to work with, correct? So I cannot go and directly physically I cannot go and edit to that file. So if you want to connect through a program to a file, you need a channel. So that channel is this one. When you write this open statement, it will create a file object or a client, and it will store it in a variable. File read object, I am saying it. Okay. Now on top of this object, you have different methods that are being provided to you. Okay. So now let's see what are different methods. Okay. So data from file equals to file read object dot, here if you see, read. Okay, read line, readable, read lines. So when you are reading data from the file, when you are reading data from the file, so these are all different methods you have. Okay, so these are all different methods you have. So let us see one by one. Okay, let us see one by one. So here I have just noted these things. So here if you see, when you use read function, this function reads the entire file and returns as a string. Be very clear. So your file content will be, the entire content will be packed into a string, and then it will be returned. Your read function or read method will return your entire file content into a string. Okay, so let us experience that. Let us experience that. Okay, so here if you see, read, right? So now if you see the type of this, if you see the type of it, it's a string variable. Okay, so This is what the read function will do. Your read function on top of the file client or file object. So be very very clear, guys. Step one. What is the step one to read a file? We need to trigger the open statement. Open of the file name along with the mode that you want to read. Okay, we have four different modes. One is R, which means to read mode. Another one is A, which means append mode. Another one is W, which means write mode. Another one is R plus mode, which is read and write mode. Okay. Now, when you want to open or when you want to read a file, you need to trigger a open statement first. Once you trigger the open statement, it will create the file channel or it will create the file object between the developer and the file. Okay, so now developer can access the file content depending on this file object. Okay, and on this file object, Python has provided you the inbuilt functionalities to play with the content in the file or to utilize the file content in your program. Okay, so these things you need to remember, guys. Here, if you see, I'm just reading the file content using the read method. Okay, using the read method, and this read method is the core responsibility of the read method is it will go and read the content from this file object, and it will return the entire content in a string type variable. Are you any questions till here, guys? Any questions in reading the file? Any questions? Not only the, because I'm in the same directory, so that I have given the file name. If the file is somewhere else in your directory, that is also is possible. You can specify that directory as well. Okay, so let me show you that one example of that sort. Yeah, anybody have any questions?
So can we read from external source also, Venki?
uh, External source using the open statement? No.
Yeah.
External source meaning, what do you mean by external source? Is it a database, or is it a server location, or what do you mean by that?
Maybe some other location,
Yeah.
some from some CDN.
Yeah, so for example, if you want to read from external directory structures, let us take an example. I have a filer location wherein all my files are there in the server. Okay, but the core funda is wherever your code is running, wherever your program is running, from there you should be able to access the locations. So that means you should be able to mount that other uh, directories. Let me explain that concept. I think it's Let me read this file from my desktop first, and then I'll explain. Okay, so here if you see, just okay. Okay, so I pasted it in my desktop. So if I go to my two more options, just going to properties, and this is my path. Okay, so this is your path of that file, right? So when you run it, what will happen? Let's see this. So what is the error, guys? So you are using the special character to identify the path. So you need to escape that using the backslash. Okay, that's it. So if it is a Windows path, right? If it is your local system path, you have to specify the path like this. The reason for this is the single slash, it will be treated as a special character. Okay, so that is why you are escaping that with the another slash, so that your two slashes will be treated as single slash. Okay, so fine. So now we let's run our code. So great. So now we are able to run our code. Okay, so this is how we will read the files from the other directory structures from your system. Okay, now let us coming back to the Srikant's question. So can we read from the external sources also? Okay, so the data can be read from the external sources as well. Let us try to understand this a little bit. Now let us take an example. My source one is a database. Okay, and I have a dedicated server in my real-time project name bolhdpp01. This is my server name. Every day I will log into this server and I will run my code and test it, and then I'll come back. Okay, now the requirement is I have to go and connect to this database and read a table data and do some operations and write it to the server location. So here I have home slash data science. Okay, testing. So this is my directory in my server. Okay, now what I will do, what I need to do, I need to write a Python program which will go and connect to this database. So now the first and foremost thing what you need to do, your Python have inbuilt libraries to connect to a database. Yes, Python provides your database connectivities, everything, but your admin team should be giving access from your database side, allowing the requests coming from this server. They should allow your server request, and they should release the firewall in the database side, so that the request that is going from the server can authorize and get the data. Okay, the security is very important in real-time projects. So they will implement a proper channel to establish the connections. Okay, this is one of the external source case. Let us take an example, the other case wherein I have data that is there in the another server. Okay, another server which is actually bolhdpp02, and you are running your Python code in bolhdpp01 server, where all your development environment is set up. Now if you want to go and connect to this server, you can very well use sftp libraries from Python, or a shell Linux command, to connect to a different server sftp. But you don't want to do sftp, you need a permanent solution. You don't want to do sftp in a regular fashion. Then in that case what you need to do is, in this server you will mount this server paths. Let us say here I have slash home slash Srikanth. Okay, and in the 01 server, home slash Srikanth slash serve2, this is one directory. Okay, now what you will do in 01, you have slash home. Okay, now your admin, Linux admin, will create a connection channel between these two servers, and from this server also you'll be able to access this path. So when you do list command in this server, your paths will be displayed. So once you mount or once the connection has been established between these two servers by Linux admin teams, then your code can able to detect these paths. This is one of the external source. Okay, another one is database. Most of the times we will use these two kind of external sources. So you got, do you, I mean, did I answer your question or?
Yes, 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 Venki. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So this is how actually we in real time we'll connect and then we'll do the work. But yeah, so there's time for it. I'll discuss in detail when we were in real time projects. Okay. So fine. So this is how actually we will read the files. Okay. So from the same directory as well as from the different directory. Okay. So anybody have any questions in reading a file? This is the starting of the concept, guys. We'll discuss about all the modes. We'll discuss about all the methods as well. We have different, methods on top of the file client, which is read lines, write lines, append. All are different methods we have. We will definitely experience all these methods and we will see. But we already crossed 10 minutes, so let's stop here. Any questions or queries you can ask. Any questions? Respond, guys.
No, no, Venki.
No, Venkat.
Okay, fine. So that's all for today I have, guys. So I have one more exercise for you guys tomorrow. Okay, so I want you to solve it and then attend tomorrow's session. So here, if you see, I have a list. Okay, and I have a variable value n, and my output should be like this. Okay, see here, the input is one list. The requirement is based on the constant value. You have to chunk your list. You have to chunk your list or slice your list. Let us say I have given n equals to 2. Your list should be chunked based on 2, meaning two elements in one list. Like that, you need to create list of lists. Okay, if I give 3, then 3 elements in a list. 3, 3, 3. Okay, all the leftover elements will be appended to the last list. It may be 1 or 2. Okay, but the requirement is I have a constant value or I have a variable value. Okay, which can be varied anytime, and I have a input list. Based on the value, I want to chunk my list. Based on the value, I want to chunk my list into list of lists. Okay, this is the exercise for tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow also the same process, guys. I will ask you guys to share your screen and then explain the solution. Okay, so I posted that in the chat. Try to solve it. Okay, any questions on the exercise?
No.
Yeah, Venkat, I
Okay.
have one question. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one question on the exercise. Will it like the input list will be anything, right? Like
Yeah, anything. It may be
it
anything.
should not be in a
It may
sorted
be
order.
strings or yeah,
No,
it
no.
may be strings or it is yeah, it is it should not be in a sorted order. It should not be in this.
Okay. Should be anything
Yeah,
that we have
you
to
can.
print the chunk
Yeah,
list.
you.
Yeah.
Yes. That's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so it may be anything. It should not be. It should not. It is not mandated that it should be in a sorted list. Okay, you can take any list, guys. The logic that I'm expecting here is the chunking of the list, because in real times you will use this case lot many times, because in a list you have n number of elements and you want to iterate one by one, which will take lot of time, so that you will chunk that into multiple collections and then iterate one collection at a time, so that it will increase the performance of your iteration, right? So this logic is very very important, guys. Let's concentrate. Okay, come with different solutions. It will be a fun. So we'll discuss and then we will try to come up with the best solution. Okay, so that's how it goes every day. One new exercise and then identifying the solution for it. That's how it should be. Okay, fine. So see, concept, everybody can learn concepts. It's not a big deal, but thinking is something that you need to build from these sessions, is what my intention is. Okay, you need to build your logical thinking. That is something very very important. Okay, if I sit and by heart all the file based methods, what is the use? There is no use if we don't know where to use those methods. Okay, so that is something that you need to understand from this session. My sessions are completely practical oriented sessions. Okay, so I will concentrate very less on theory. I'll concentrate more I'll focus more on the practical things. Okay, which are really important for real time projects. Fine, that's all from my side today. Thank you so much for joining once again tomorrow.
Thank you, Venkat.
Thanks.